Welcome back to another star-studded episode of the Big Mouth Media Podcast. Yours truly, man, King Jacob in the building with a special guest all the way from the West Side. You know what I mean? So none other
Oh, from
than
the West Side.
yeah, the West Side.
I reside in the West Side. I'm from New York.
Okay, then.
I'm
Well,
from the East.
from the East Coast, but resides in on the West Coast. So
Yeah,
you know, that's what's up. That's what's up. So none other than Ace Mcallister. What's going on?
man. Nothing. Life is good. Like, how you doing?
Good, good, man. Good. I can't complain. I can't complain, man. Everything is good. So who is Ace McAllister?
Oh man. I'm just a I'm just a young black girl, who was inspired to do something, um, and I went with it. Uh, when I was 30 years old, I figured out what I wanted to be in life, and after that, I just kept attacking it. You feel me? All I want to do in life is inspire people and be inspired. Through my art in any way. Through fashion, through comedy, through hosting, whatever I do, I want to be able to inspire people in everything I do in life.
Okay. So let's get into your story, where it all started at, and how it started.
For me, honestly, what comedy started kind of means like basically, I've been funny all my life. You know what they say, you never believe in something to it, you really feel it for yourself, Um, and then it's one day, my grandmother came to me and said, you can really do this, Uh, and after my family was talking to me about it, I really started taking myself serious. And ever since then, I never looked back. It's just been, just killing everything.
Okay. So you come up with your own skits and everything like that.
Yeah, everything that I do is all off improv. I don't write anything that I say. Um, I believe that as a comedian and as an entertainer, you should always want to give people the real. How can I be real with you and be authentic and be my authentic self and allow you to come in and allow myself to be vulnerable if I'm not giving you something fresh and something new every time you see me?
Okay. So upon you taking this company to the next level, um, when did you really decide that you're gonna go do an open mic?
Um, April last year, I started April last year. I had two shows uh, like 2.5 years ago, uh, and I stopped. My grandmother passed. You know how it is when you have a passing. Sometimes you take hardships different, so I had to go through that time and that I needed that emotional, you know what I'm saying? So after that whole mental situation, um, one day I just heard my grandmother's voice clear as I'm speaking to you, and I just got I just got off my bed and I did a show that very next week. I won first place, came out doing comedy, having did comedy in about 2.5 years. Um, then came back the second week and won again. After that, it was just like, I'm just gonna keep going. You feel me?
Okay. And so upon you being prestigious and winning, how did that really make you feel as far as emotionally and mentally?
Um, Emotionally, it was like there's a thousand emotions, when you're on stage with any artist, you know what I'm saying? Because you're center stage and people are looking at you. Um, I always had stage fright. People would never believe me when I tell them that when they see me now. But you know, I've been walking in my fears ever since I figured out what I wanted to do in my life, and I realized on the other side of fear is everything that you ever wanted. So now I just love it. Um, I never was really nervous when I got on stage. It felt like I was at home,
Hmm.
um, and that's why I'm so comfortable on stage because it's just like when I touch the mic, I feel like I'm at home. Comedy is truly my therapy. A lot of people deal with mental issues differently. I'm able to have that audience that can be my therapeutic for me, and I could be therapeutic for them. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's something to have laughter in life, you know, because everything, you know, is not funny. So it's beautiful that I can make light of my situation, things that may have had harmed me, things that may have been traumatizing to me. Um, but it's nice to see that I can get through that and show people that they can get through that as well. You know, just seeing me going through what I'm going through, you know.
Right, right. So you spoke of the therapeutic resolution that comedy gives you, and being you know that it gives you that therapeutic, you know, healing. So how important is it for you to grow awareness about mental health as a comedian?
Oh man, that's probably like number one. Um, because it's an art form and anything, you know, like any artist, you know, whether you're a musician, whether you're a painter, whether you're a sculptor, um, there's a rip and rhyme for everything that you're doing, you know. Um, and the reason why you do anything is because it's therapeutic to you. It's in some way, it's relaxing, it calms your mind. And I feel like as human beings, especially as Black people, we don't truly talk to our kids about mental health and also, you know, about issues that may be arising in them and things that may be going on with them. So through comedy, I'm able to bring light to major situations and major things that are going on in the world, you know, whether it's in my life personally or it's maybe a situation that I've encountered with somebody else. So it's just amazing that I can tell people's story on stage and, you know, make it relatable to people. So that's the most amazing thing about it.
Okay, okay, okay. So as far as you know, when it comes to speaking about their mental health, you know, how does the audience receive that? Because, you know, in our Black communities, mental health has been, I ain't gonna say thrown on the bus, but hasn't been talked about enough, you know, over the years. And so with you being front and center on stage and talking about it and relating to some of the related things that you have dealt with, or that you have friends that dealt with, family members that dealt with, or that you see in life, you know, upon looking at the news. How how is it important for your audience to receive you when you're speaking about these issues?
It's very important. I've like gotten so many people after the shows that will come up to me and say, you know, um, thank you. You know, you're the reason I got up today. You know, and that's something powerful. You know, for someone to text you or call you or DM you, say, you know, I watch your show or I watch your comedy and it helped me get through my day. For me, you can't put money on that. You know, it's a different type of feeling that it makes you feel for someone to say that seeing you doing what you're doing is inspiring them to want to be better and be more than what they can ever be. I think that's, as an artist, that's all you could ever want, you know? So for me, comedy is just a way for me to have a conversation with people and maybe have those uncomfortable conversations that you wouldn't usually have with your friend or your mother or your father. It's just a way to laugh about a situation, but also to bring awareness to a situation that these are some things that we need to address in Black homes. You know, I speak about, you know, talking to your kids, engaging with your kids, talking to your kids about their culture and who they are, knowing who you are, eating better, uh, you know, breaking generational curses, because it's definitely something that we don't speak on, but it's something that needs to be spoken on. You know.
Mm. Okay, okay. So for you as a comedian, and you know, when it comes to comedy, comedy and acting goes together. So have you went to any different casting calls for maybe movies or TV
Never,
series?
never,
No,
never.
not yet.
No, everybody, you said not yet. Okay, you put it out in the universe. You did that. You are your affirmations. No, I've never did anything like that. I have shot some music videos, um, and things of that nature, but I've never been the person in front of the camera. I've always been the person behind the camera.
Okay, okay. So with that being said, is that something that you're open to? Because we can name several comedians that became great actors as well.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely, definitely. Wherever life pushes me in my transition as to where I'm going. I'm not just a comedian. I'm also a designer and a stylist. So for me, it's kind of hard sometimes juggling the two. Because when you have a passion for one and you have a love for another, it's kind of hard. To figure out which one you want to do and what avenue you want to go through. Um, I'm kind of open to anything. I would love to be on radio one day. I feel like I got a great radio voice. I would love to be on radio, have a morning show, um,
hmm
do my own podcast. I would love to do something where we just speak about Black narratives and speak about women awarenesses. I got that actually coming up. I got some things coming up. So yeah, if comedy and leads me to acting, that's great. But as of right now, no, I have not done any acting or taken any acting classes or anything like that of any sort.
Yeah, I think it will lead you to acting for sure, for sure. I think that'll happen because one thing about a comedian, their dialect is pretty different when it comes to following a dialogue and understand, the emotions and the transparency on what a role has to do to register with their target market audience. So I think in a different light, comedians have somewhat an advantage over to somebody that, just want to get into acting because comedians are very good, on stage. And so I feel like they understand, how to navigate when they're becoming from a comedian and going to an actor. So I think that's something that you can definitely tackle. And I heard you say that you shoot music videos as well.
Yeah, I've shot a couple of music videos. Early in my career, when I first started just being an artist, figuring out who I wanted to be. I used to be a DJ when I was in New York. I used to rock the party. So I knew how to
Yeah.
have stage presence. I knew how to catch the energy of the crowd. Uh,
hmm
and I love being a DJ because you got to control the music, which you control people's emotions. Music is therapeutic again. So I was always able to find the tempo and the right vibe and the right energy for the room. And then I went from being a DJ to being a manager. I had managed artists for a while, and then I stopped doing that. And I would help my artists by directing music videos. I was executive over a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I have my hands in a lot of other things, from hosting to to whatever promotion, whatever we had going on. I try to make sure I was there for my team. And I just found me as an artist going through all of everything and like helping everybody else. I realized that it was my turn to be in front stage. I've been too much in the bag. Now it's time for me to be in the front.
Mm. Okay, so how was that for you as a music manager? What was your highs and lows, and what was your ups and downs? And
uh,
I know it's a lot. It's a lot of of the
uh,
learning progress,
uh,
but at the same time, you do have a lot of good times as a music manager as well. So, what was the
yeah,
highs and lows?
they. I mean, I guess the high was traveling. I got to go to South by Southwest. I got to be on stage and meet a lot of amazing people. I met Diddy. I met his son. I met Busta. I met a bunch of people. During this whole process, I got to meet Rick Steele. I was in the studio with him, me and my artist, which is Beyonce's engineer. I was like this close, my artist getting signed. Every time we get close, it was just an issue. So as a manager, you deal with things like that. Then we opened up for Sweetie at Ace of Spades. We did it. We went crazy. We was about to go on tour, and sometimes you get artists that are ready, and then you get some artists that are not. You got to be ready when it's time to go. When it's time to put on for the big show, when it's time to take that chance, you got to be ready. And I was dealing with an artist at the time that didn't know their greatness. And sometimes, as artists, when you don't realize who you are, you don't believe in yourself first. it's gonna show through your work, and that's ultimately what happened. Um, we talking about right now could have been a platinum artist on the top 10, right now, billboards.
Mm.
But if you don't want to push yourself, I can't push you for you. I can believe in you as much as I want, but if you don't believe in yourself and you don't want to engage and do those networking and do those things that you need to do and put yourself in those rooms with those people, that'll never happen. So I just never pushed the narrative, um, and it just never worked out.
Right. So, what would you tell a becoming independent artist? How they need to move to get noticed in this music industry.
First, you gotta believe in yourself. That was the first thing I would say. In anything that you do, put your heart and soul into it. A lot of artists, they just put out BS, and it's not felt. You know, when you put your heart and your soul in something that you probably spent 20, maybe $100 in just recording, can be the song that takes you from here to there. But you gotta really believe in yourself, and I really feel like some artists feel like they gotta be like that next person. You shouldn't want to be like nobody else but yourself. There's room in the game for everything, clearly. You got all types of genres, all types of people out there. I think you just need to find your community. You need to find a group of people that really vibe with you, um, and be consistent at posting. A lot of artists get stuck on, oh, I just dropped this song. It's old. It's old to you, but it's not old to them.
Right.
So you gotta get used to getting up every day, posting yourself, getting up every day, promoting yourself, getting up, networking. Make sure when you're in these rooms full of people, you're shaking hands. Hello, how are you? My name is such and such. Um, because who would you want to represent yourself but you? And I feel like a lot of artists they want a lot, but they're not willing to work. So we live in a different type of generation where we live in a society right now where these kids want, but they don't want to work. So it's two different W's at play. I come from a work aspect. Anything that I wanted in life, I gotta work, I gotta grind, I gotta hustle, I gotta keep getting at it. This new generation is like, I want this, I want that, but you can't be successful getting up at 12 o'clock in noon. You know, um, going partying every week and drinking. It's like you gotta have some balance in there. So
Hmm.
a lot of these artists, they get lost with the glitz and glam. It's not about that. Once you forget why you started it, it's over. It's no longer fun anymore because now you feel like you're working. When you're doing something that you love, it's not working. So I would say that to artists, just stay aggressive, stay consistent, and believe in yourself. Like that is the most important thing. Period.
All right, you heard it first, man. That grind is if no grind is no shine. So if you don't grind, you don't shine. So you got to work hard and you got to believe in you. Because if you don't believe in you, nobody else will, and that's facts. So upon that, you are a stylist and a fashion designer,
Yeah.
if I'm not if I'm not mistaken, you know your way around a sewing machine as well.
Yeah. My grandmother, she my grandmother showed me everything. When I was a little girl, I ripped my pants or whatever. She's like, "Come here, let me show you how to hem." Um, I was thankful enough to have, that old school grandmother, my dear, that really taught you right from wrong. I came from yes sir and no ma'am, and you don't talk back when grown ups are speaking. I come
Right.
from a different type of era. So coming from that type of era, and raised with that type of energy, it made this person today. You know,
Mm,
it allows you to have respect for yourself and respect for others. Um, and that goes again back to this new generation. When you don't got respect for yourself and you don't believe in yourself, you'll speak any kind of way, you'll say anything, you'll dress any kind of way, you'll do anything. You become a yes man. You become a puppet to society. And so whatever they want you to be and whatever narrative they want to push you in, um, One thing about me, I'm built on integrity. I don't care if Netflix come to me tomorrow or Amazon come to me tomorrow. If it's something that don't fit right with my soul, it's not gonna do nothing for me. Like
Okay.
I can't do it. You have to move on integrity and kindness and love. If you move in any other light, it just won't work.
I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. So, upon you learning how to sew, so when did you really take, styling, designing, and fashion really seriously?
Ah man, like when I turned 30, when I turned 30 years old, um, I really did. I took it real serious. I'm one of those people like if you challenge me and you say something to me, and you say, "Oh, you can't do this," I'm gonna prove you wrong, and I'm gonna let you know that I can. So I got challenged one day by one of my friends about like, because I was like, "Oh, this would be dope if you make it like this." She's like, "Won't you make it?" And then one day I came home and I sat down and I made a jacket. And then I went over to my grandmother's house, who lived across the street from me, and I showed her. And she said, "You know what? You took in what I've given you, and you took it to a whole nother level. I want you to continue this and keep going." And
Mm,
ever since then, I just been, doing my thing. I've been styling and doing this since a little girl. I never knew it was right in front of my face. Same thing with comedy. Never knew it. I made my whole family laugh, my friends laugh, anybody that's be around me, my aura, they know who I am. But again, you gotta believe in yourself first
mm,
before amongst anything. A lot of people can see greatness in you, but if you don't feel it, it means nothing. It holds no value.
mm.
So I'm just now starting to see the greatness in me and start to just let that unravel and just be vulnerable. And that's another thing. Artists need to allow themselves to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be acceptable to certain type of energies. Um, that builds character. Um, a lot of people feel like when they're at the bottom, that it's hard, but you don't understand. When you're at the bottom, the only way to go is up. I would rather be at the bottom than at the top because that allows you to build character and make you respect and grind and make you understand the value of a dollar because you remember where
Mm.
you came from. Some people, you see so many of these entertainers, they get money and they do foolish things. They buy jewelry, they buy houses, they all this buffoonery, all these tangible things. But if you don't have love and you're not moving in love, it it doesn't mean anything. You feel me?
Right, 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 right. So, upon that, so can you tell the people what's the name of your fashion line?
Sauce by Ace.
Sauce by Ace. And so, how did you come up with that Sauce by Ace? And what does that Sauce by Ace mean?
Sauce by Ace basically mean like I said, I'm from New York, so we don't say drippy. You know where I'm from. We be like, oh, that's sauce. She's saucy. Like we say, like, oh, that's fire. Oh, that's butter. Um, so it was just one of those things. Um, Ace is like the inner me. You know, um, it was the person I always wanted to be, but I was scared to be.
Hmm.
That's just the artistic side of me. You
Right.
know. Uh, and Tiffiney is the business side of me. I went to school, went to college for business. I played ball. Um, I played volleyball for a few years. Um, I went to school for business, and so that aspect is a different hat of me. So that's where that manager role came in. You know what I'm saying? Knowing, knowing how to navigate myself when it comes to business, that was a major for me. Because then you need to learn how to know your percentages. You get to know what you bring to the table and what you need and what you don't want.
Hmm.
Um, so education, I stand firm on education. Knowledge is power, and I say that 1,000 times over. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, because once you got it, they can't take it from you.
Right, 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 right. So, you say you played ball. So you was a hoop star as well?
I play volleyball. Yeah,
Oh,
I had to
oh, okay.
choose. Volleyball and basketball is kind of like the same season, so I had to choose
Right.
in high school, and then I ended up choosing volleyball, and I just got real good and got a scholarship. Came out here to California. Went to school, graduated college, and I just never looked back. I just been kept
Mm.
going.
Okay, so what was the college experience for you? With you being, back from the East Coast and you having to transition and relocate to college. What was that experience like for you?
Um, honestly, I wasn't even going to go to college. To tell you the truth, I wasn't because I wasn't one of those people that felt like I needed school to be who I wanted to be. Um, I only went to school because my mother one day I had a conversation with her, and she told me that she didn't finish college because she was pregnant with my brother. So for me, when I heard that in my mind, I was like, "We ain't no quitters. I'm gonna pick that torch up," and I went across it, the finish line with it. When I graduated college, I got off stage and I put my degree in my mother's hand, and I said, "I did this for you to let you know that we are not quitters in our family." So when we talk about breaking generational curses, that was one of them. I wanted to erase that narrative. Uh,
Mm.
that young black kids, they don't have parents or kids that go to college and educate themselves, but we do. Uh, so I did that, for my mother, and then I did it for myself. I'm actually happy I did. Um, you know, Not a lot of people get the opportunity. I was happy that I did. I helped put myself to school. You know, you just gotta want it. You feel me?
Right,
And it
right,
was
right.
hard. Don't get me wrong. It was hard. It was hard.
Hmm. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So, congratulations on obtaining that degree, and congratulations on making your mom proud. Because I know
Oh
that was a
yeah,
proud moment, not in your life, but in her life as well.
yeah. Doing that change. When I did that, I didn't realize the the trickle effect that it would have. Now my nephew's getting ready to go to college. He's got accepted to 4 schools. That made me proud. My cousins, my nieces, they all went to school, and said, "Cousin, seeing you go to school and finish college, that made me go." And they went further than I ever did. Now that made me proud. They going to school to be lawyers and doctors, and that's so that one pinnacle moment, it trickled down to so many different things for everybody. You feel me? So I was able to support and help my family mentally, physically, on in all those kind of avenues. So that was beautiful for me. So you never know when you're doing something who it's gonna affect. You feel me?
Right, 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 right. And so, upon that, we're gonna get back into you know, uh, to the sauce, by Ace. So, with that being said, what type of line do you have?
Oh, I'm all street. I'm all streetwear. I like to make clothes that you would want to wear every day. I like to make clothes that when you put them on, you feel good. Like
Hmm.
you look good. Like it's like when you get out the barber shop, you got the fresh cut. You like, I'm gonna go home, put on my little fit. You know, um, the type of clothes I make clothes like. Remember when you was in high school, and you getting ready to start, you would start the year, and you throw your clothes, you lay all your clothes out on the bed with your
Right,
shoes and your socks and your hat.
right,
We keep switching out the outfit every day.
right,
That's the type of energy and love I put into styling and making my clothes. I want to make something that makes you feel beautiful, sexy, and also, it makes you stand out. I make statement pieces. When I make my jackets are one of ones. So if you get a jacket from me, you'll be the only one in the world to have it. It'll be a
Oh,
one of
so
one.
so that's so you make customized clothes as well.
Yes, I make one of ones.
Okay, okay, okay. So any size?
I'm getting into that. We're getting into that. I got some plays coming this year. We getting into that. I got some stuff coming up this year, but for sure,
Okay.
trying to get into some plus sizes because I've been getting hollered at. They like, what about us? I'm like,
Right,
okay.
right, 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 right. Okay, okay. So what is your best seller right now?
Honestly, I haven't really sold any of my clothes. Um, I style a lot, and I get a lot of people that want me to come in and help them with wardrobe and styling because a lot of people just don't know how to dress. You got nice clothes, you just don't know how to put them together.
Hmm.
You know, Sometimes you just need organization. Um, The reason why I haven't sold any of my stuff is because my things that I'm making I'm turning into NFTs. So when you get a jacket from me, you will own the physical copy, the digital copy, and anything that I do in my life as my career vastly grows, that NFT gets even bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Hmm.
And if
That's
you are one of
interesting.
the people that have one of my very first 11 jackets that I made, man, I don't even want to know how much it's going to be worth. So I just kept it like that. So that way people know that, when you own something from me, that it's going to be something about 5 years from now, you know.
Okay. Okay. That's what's up. Okay, we got checking in. Tajay Dupree, what's up, man? Like I
Oh,
had Taj,
yo.
we had Tajay on the Winding Down podcast, man. Exquisite
Oh, that's my
conversation.
boy right there.
And yeah, Tajay pretty dope. He's a pretty dope design himself. So, salute for you checking in. And we also have Miss Gina. What's up, Miss Gina? She says, do you make clothing for plus size and thick
What
women?
did we just say? Did I say? They on my head? They on my
Yeah,
neck?
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
I
So
got, listen, I got something coming for my beautiful beloved shiz. I got something coming for y'all. I can't be forget about my BBWs. I can't forget about y'all. I know y'all gonna be on my neck. I got you. I got you. Give me
yeah,
a little
man.
time.
So it's interesting, man, how you talk about the NFT, and so the NFT in the metaverse, man, is different. How I see, the fashion galleries in there and art galleries in there. So for those that don't know about the NFTs in the metaverse, go ahead and bless them with some jewels.
I'm just still trying to figure it out myself, honestly. Before I even drop anything, I have a team of people that I'm working with that helping me understand uh non-fungible tokens and letting me understand like the whole market and how everything is working. You know what I'm saying? Before you put your stuff out there, you want to make sure it's right.
Right.
And I see a lot of people putting out these projects that are just they don't have love behind them. A lot of about 90% of the NFTs that are out are worthless. Anybody can make a digital. But when you have a theme, an idea, and a brand behind you, because your NFT is your brand. That's what people need to understand. It's your brand that people are buying. Nike is a brand. Johnson is a brand. You are
Mhm.
buying a name. So when you're building something like that, make sure whatever you're putting your energy into, your question should be, why should someone want to buy or purchase my NFT? So you just got to have a plan behind yourself. So I just been like setting up different markets and different plans with each one. So each token will have different values. You might get a token from me. If you buy 25 tokens from me, you might get a one-on-one FaceTime with me, 5 minutes. You can get engaged with me, ask me any question you want to ask me. Uh, if I do a show, say I do a show in New York, you'll be able to get to come and see me live, front row. If if you if you're one of the NFT holders, certain things you can get. You can do a meet and greet.
Mhm.
Uh, you could do. I'm probably going to end up doing something where I give away one of my jackets, one of my very first pieces. If you're one of those people that earn a certain amount of credit or a certain amount of tokens, then you'll be the person that gets it. And what comes with it is the magnitude of things. You feel me? Um, you just gotta figure out what you're trying to offer people,
Yeah. Yeah.
and just not try to sit out there and feel like you're trying to sell somebody. You're gonna do something,
Right.
put your heart behind it.
Right. 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 And so, upon you saying about the metaverse, you spoke earlier about generational curses, and that's a very, very intriguing topic and a very interesting topic when it comes to our black community, man. So, what would
Yeah,
you
cause we don't
want to
believe
say?
in we don't believe in shit. I told
Right.
my auntie metaverse. She said, "Who metaverse? When you going to another universe?" I'm like, "This." you know,
So right,
she
right.
said, they
So
don't really understand.
right, right, right. So upon you talking about them generational curses, what is something that you want to give off to the public eye so they can really understand where you're coming from when you say generational curses when it comes to our black community?
Man, focus on any area in your life that you see fault or you see error. Work on it. If you see your mother and your father and your auntie, your aunts, and they eat poorly, you eat better. If they don't work out, you work out. If they talk to their family crazy, you talk to your family kindly. They conduct themselves a certain way, you conduct yourself with love and kindness. So it's just a reflection of what you want to be. You know, I come from the trenches, I come from the hood, but clearly that didn't define me. I still did all the things that I wanted to do. So I feel like certain people try to blame a demographic or blame an area or situation where they at for the reason why they're not doing what they want to do. A lot of people like to have excuses, and if you allow a person to have an excuse, they'll give it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you should always push yourself.
Right.
Always. Just because your daddy didn't go to school, don't mean you can't go to school. You know, just because this person did that, don't mean you got to do that. You know, your mama could have started out walking, then your grandma took a bike, and now you ride in a car. You get what I'm saying? So change the narrative, um, and that's major. You know, and really talk to your kids. That's a major. Communication is key in Black families. Um, we need to have those. We need to have those uncomfortable conversations with our children, and also we need to have those conversations to let our young Black men know. You know, coming from having a lot of brothers and me being the only girl, uh, it's very hard for a Black man in America to just be who you are, and more so the Black woman because we are so unprotected. So, with that being said, Black people, we need to learn to unite. Stop seeing another Black person as an enemy and understand to see him as your
Mm-hmm.
brother or your sister.
Right.
So, moving in love is different. It takes a lot of energy to hate somebody. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of energy.
Yeah,
If you move in,
that's
yeah.
a strong word. Very strong word.
So it's just one of those things I feel like in order to progress and do anything in life, you need to have wit and you need to have grit about it. So that means you need to really move with intent that you want it. You are your affirmations. So change your thoughts. Not my daddy ain't shit, so I'm not gonna be shit. Hey, my dad was nothing, but I'm gonna be something. You get what I'm saying? Once you change it here, it it feels different here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't are not successful in life because they fail to do the 3 steps. Everything in life is 3 steps. We think it, we say it, the next we have to do. A lot of people don't do that last step. That's why you hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I had this idea," or "Oh, I thought of that," but did you follow through? No. So we as Black people, we must teach our kids how to follow through. My mother said something to me. What did I do? I followed through. She didn't finish, but I finished. You have
Mm-hmm.
to follow through. You understand what I'm saying? So and walk in your fears, because on the other side of fear, man, is greatness, man. I've been I've been so happy this year. Been living my dreams. You know, I got a I just got posted in a national magazine, fashion magazine, and that felt amazing. You know what I'm saying? To be able to share that with my mother, to be able to share that with my family. Um, I shot my first comedy special last year in July. Uh, so we coming up on the anniversary of it this year. I'll be shooting a special in New York this year. I'll be shooting a special on Amazon Prime this year. I got a lot of big things coming up. August
I
9th.
see.
Yeah, yeah, God's been good to me. You know, like I said, when you walk in your fears, everything shall come to you. You move
Mm.
in love. I just got my own show that'll be debuting on April 9th, 1117, 18th Street. We're gonna be at the Self Art Gallery, Midtown, downtown Sacramento, and it's gonna be fucking amazing. Um, if you never seen me perform, man, it's different. It's different.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah,
checking out the videos that you've been sending me, so
yeah,
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 I've
yeah,
been checking them out.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
for me, a lot of people ask me about my comedy, and I like to tell people I'm me. Uh, and they ask me, why don't you write? That's you. You know, I can tell people like, you do that. That's for you. You do that. You know, everybody has to be able to be different and be an individual. Um, I'm probably one of the only comedians that I know that every time I hit the stage, I'm always, you know, because I feel like that's a way for me to connect with the people. And as a black woman, I'm gonna be honest with you, we do not fucking like repeating ourselves. I'm just being honest with you. We don't. And I have so many things going on in my life to want to keep repeating myself. And I have so many stories that I would love to share with people that could be therapeutic, that might can help them through their situation. Um, so yeah, you know, it's just about progression and
Right.
building and seeing yourself in a different light, you know.
Right. And so Miss Gina says she can't wait. She definitely going downtown Sacramento, and you
Oh
definitely gonna
yeah,
see
we're
her
gonna
there.
go crazy. We're gonna go crazy. I got some major things coming up. You know, I got a show coming up put together right now. It's called Queens of Queens. And I'll be highlighting all the magnificent women that are doing magnificent things. Whether you're a poet, spoken word artist,
Mhm.
R&B, hip hop, I want to see you. Uh, I'm gonna have all lady security guard, all everything. We'll show you. You know, we gonna rock for the ladies. You know, um, and not to shy away from my fellas. Y'all can come, but y'all gotta pay. You gotta pay. I know you're gonna pay because the babies, you gonna come up in there, you know. So I just want to give something different to the comedy world. I want to bring comedy back to its original form. That's all I ever want to do. I feel like comedy has been stretched here and there, and quite frankly, there's a lot of comedians that are not funny, that are famous, uh, and I stand on that. I stand on that 10 toes. Facts. Uh, you gotta know yourself. You know, once you know your audience and you know who you're speaking to and who you're trying to engage with, it shall come to you. You know, I never knew people would like my comedy. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm very blunt, straightforward. I'm relatable. I'm black. Period. That's just what my comedy is. I speak us. I'm for us
Mhm.
by us. Nigga. I'm FUBU. I just I love I love us so much. You know, I love everything about being a black woman. I love everything about a black man.
Right.
Uh, I love that we are the divine people. We are the true kings and queens. Um, and you can't tell me no different. Um, you know, once you know you realize your purpose in life, your divine nature, can't nobody stop you. You know,
Right.
um, so that's just where I'm at. You know, just trying to bring comedy back to its original form and stand and deliver, because that's what real comedy is. It wasn't let me go in the backstage and write some shit down and da 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 da. For me, I feel like as the consumer, and you coming to see me, you getting in your car to drive to come see me, I think about things like that. You didn't have to leave your house, right? You didn't have to get dressed, right? But you came with your lady, you come to the show. It would be unfair for me to keep telling you the same shit every week. You feel me? Period. That's like having the same conversation over and over and over and over and over again. At some point, I feel like the world gonna want something different. So now what I'm bringing to the game, I see that people want that. They want something different. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
keep hitting it. You feel me? I'm gonna keep doing it my way, and y'all can do it your way. You feel me?
That's why I told you earlier. Have you got into the acting? Because I know for a fact that the acting scene is looking for new, funny, and hilarious people to put on TV that has original material. So that's why I asked you that earlier, man. That's definitely a lane that I think that you should definitely enter. Because if you got that saucy sauce, you're gonna like we're in a time of a need where we done went through COVID. People lost a lot of people from COVID. Cancer is
And
still
I can't even find a COVID tent nowhere, man. I mean, niggas was just dropping like flies 6 months ago. Niggas is about to die. One cough. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never believed in COVID. I still don't believe in that motherfucker. And that's just a fact.
Well,
But
a lot of people, was taken away from here. So, with that being said, my point is, people want that feel good. They want that laughter. They want them great emotions that they can share and converse with one another. And so, with you being a comedian, that laughter is everything for people nowadays. Because people need that. We need to embrace one another. We need to unify. And so I say just salute to you and keep doing what you're doing.
oh, indeed, indeed. I feel like for me, uh, I love performing for my people. There's no greater feeling for me than performing in a room full of people that look like me. Now, I've been in a lot of rooms where I perform for white, black, Chinese, all that, whatever. And I tell people all the time, black people, we not racist. We can't be racist. We cannot be racist. It's just, it's systematically impossible. It's just, we can't. Because as black people, we judge people on their character. That's how I was brought up. Uh, you judge people on their intent and how they treat you and their nature. We were never taught to look at someone by the color of the creed of their skin or their sexual orientation. We was never taught that. That's a narrative that was pushed by other people, but that's not us. And anytime that I'm with or I encounter any black person, I make sure I speak. I make sure I say hello to you, because one thing I notice is white people, they don't say hello to each other. You ever notice that when they walk past each other? Them motherfuckers just swift. They don't even say hi. They don't say hello. Black people, we have this thing where we either nod, what's up, good. We don't even know each other. And that's just the thing that I love about us. We have a different type of a love language for us, for our culture and our
Right.
people. Um, and that's what I love about being black. And that's what I love about comedy. It's so much truth. There's so much grit. And, I just appreciate that people allow me to be myself. And that's truly what it really is about.
Most definitely, most definitely. So, I want to ask you a question. Since we're talking about our black people, what do you think about the gentrification that's going all over America in the black communities?
Man, this is what I said. We as black people, we already know what the narrative is, right?
Right.
We already know our pain, our struggle, and the many great black leaders that came before us. We talking about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We got Farrakhan. Uh, it's just, for me, I feel like now is more important than ever for us to unite as people and stop looking at one another as, you know, you're trying to get something for the next person. You feel me? We need to learn how to bond and work together, like the Chinese work, like the white people work. We need to learn how to build with each other. We need to learn how to spend our black money in black businesses. If we ever want to thrive and achieve and break generational curses, this is how you do it. We need to learn how to, if I know something, like I got knowledge about NFTs, right? I'm going to take my knowledge, and after I learn as much as I can, I'm going to spread it out to everybody that I know. It'd be wrong for me to harness that and keep that. That's when you talk about breaking generational, like breaking that, you got to take everything that you got, all the knowledge, and you got to give it back out to the people. You feel me?
Right.
You
Right.
got to
Right.
give it back out to the people. A lot
Right.
of people are gatekeepers in this world, and definitely in acting, in Hollywood. There's people that are gatekeepers that got the keys, and they won't allow you to come in because you don't fit the demographic or the narrative that they're trying to push. So you need to be mindful and cautious of who you is at all times. So when I say, you know, knowing yourself and loving yourself, when those situations arise, you won't be swayed because you know who you are.
Right.
So building knowledge, building together as Black people, and spending Black dollars in Black businesses. Like, you have to start spending your money there, and you cannot put your money into these entities and these institutions that do not look like us and do not support us.
Right.
There
Right.
is
I
no
can
way
dig
for
that.
us to grow.
Right. I can dig that. I can dig that. So for people who want to know more about you, where can they find you at, and how can they get in touch with you?
Oh man, you can tap up with me on Instagram. You feel me? You already know what it is. You already know there's my Instagram handle right there. There's both my Instagram handles. You feel me? What we doing? You'll be live with me. You feel me? I'm on Twitter, TikTok. The link is always in my bio at the top of everything. You can shoot me an email if you want to book me. Uh, yeah, I'm always available. I'm always on my social media. I post daily. So if you're looking for a host for your party, uh, you're looking for a comedian, you're looking for a stylist, you're looking for a designer, if you're just looking for someone to talk to, hit my line. I'm a different type of artist. I like to be here for the people because you never know what somebody's going through. You feel me?
Right. We are the people, and we gotta be there for one another. So I just want to give you a special thanks for coming through and chopping it up with me on the Big Mouth Media podcast. Shout out to Ashley. You know what I mean, and
Indeed, indeed.
she always plugging in with some of the greatest people. In the in the art form, in artistry. So she's definitely a brilliant mind and a brilliant person to be connected with. So once again, I want to thank you for coming through, and and we'll definitely be in touch. And I'll be hitting you up about getting you a feature on my blog as well.
Say less, say less. Thank you for having me, King. Uh, truly, truly, it was an honor. And I want to thank everybody for watching, and thank you for supporting me. And yeah, man, good things to come, man. And make sure you're at that show. You feel me? April 9th, we gonna go crazy, man. My debut show is gonna go crazy.
Y'all heard it first, April 9th, debut show. You know, Sacktown. Come and chop it up with him, kick it with him, get a get a picture with her, and
Yeah.
just cause there's gonna be a lot of different people there that you can
Oh
network
yeah.
with.
Indeed,
So
indeed. You in the East, right?
yeah, I'm in the East,
Where you at in the East Coast?
South Carolina.
You call it the East?
That's the East, up the East Coast. You know what I mean?
Man, I ain't gonna even get on you. I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let you rock. We had such a good interview. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna
I'm
let it
always in
go.
New York though. I'm always in New York. Family live in St. Albans. Family live in Crown Heights. So I'm always up your way.
This is another thing I love about Black people. We live all the way down the street and be like, yeah, I'm right across the street. Man, y'all live all the way. It's all good. It's all love.
Yeah, yeah, cause you already know, man. If you down south, you definitely got family up north. Believe that.
Oh, my family from Mobile, Alabama.
Oh yeah. So
They from the South, from the dirty.
right. So that's how we rocking though. We everywhere. You know that.
Yeah, okay, I see you.
Well, so take care, man. Blessings and peace and prosperity to you, and just keep on doing what you're doing, man. Like I look forward to seeing you on that big screen. I know it's coming.
Thank you, King. I know it's coming for you too. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, peace.
All right.